Do you want to build a brand online or start gathering influence? Well, if so, I'm going to share with you three essentials that you must do to build it correctly. Hey, Jason, if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go through Johannesburg, showing you how beautiful of a place it is, man, how safe it is here, and how much I personally love South Africa, especially Johannesburg. And most importantly, I've been talking to you about success, what it is, and how to get it in the three areas of life that I focus on, which are happiness, health, and wealth. And if you're new to the channel, the definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. And I do think a worthy ideal is becoming a brand or building influence for yourself using social media. Now, however, most people most people are doing this so incorrectly. People are focusing on the wrong things, the wrong numbers, and they don't know how they're actually ruining their chances of ever building a long-term brand on there. And so that's why I want to really break this down to you and share this information with you, because the difference between building your own personal brand or building your own influence and working a job is, once you tarnish your name on that personal brand or influence on social media, it's very hard to get it back. And most people do not get it back. This is why you see so many people who have to rebrand so much, or you just see people that just disappear like off the face of the earth. And it's because once you lose that like, no trust factor from people, people can hate you literally for very long periods of time. You talk about some of these companies that ripped off people online, people that's personally ripped off people. People will still bad mouth them to today, and like it's really, really serious that everyone understands. And so, while you're trying to build your influence or build your personal brand, you need to understand like there are some things that you must do when it comes to doing it online in the digital era. And so like this video actually came from, I was watching, it's this, I'm not going to say the name of any of the channels, but this guy, it was like his name, he's stuck in Dominican Republic again. And I'm like, how can somebody be stuck in the Dominican Republic again? Like, it just didn't make sense. So I was like, let me watch this and see. And essentially it was just them doing like a panel discussing it. And he was on there and the people were really angry. And so I was like, okay, if he's stuck in the DR, why are people mad at him? Like, what's going on here? Because it's not something that I usually watch. And so, because I do research by studying different YouTube channels, looking at their metrics, and then seeing like how are they building, how things like that. And then like you can really start seeing who's really treating this as a business, and you can see who's actually treating this as a hobby or a scam, which some people are using it as a scam. And it sounded like this guy is one of them. And so the people are really angry. So I had to keep rewinding the video to try to, because there was so much anger, people were over talking each other. And then also it was like so much emotions involved, they just wasn't getting to the facts. And so the facts came down to this guy didn't have money. He doesn't work. He's one of these guys that are going to the Dominican Republic. He's shooting sexually related content, showing women on the beach, stuff like that, around certain types of women. And he's getting these quick views. And what I mean by that is it's very easy through YouTube to build a channel of up to about 3 to 4 thousand people. It's very easy using very, very, what's the proper way to say it? Usually sexually explicit content comparable to YouTube. I mean, like we're not talking about pornography, but sexually explicit compared to seeing stuff on YouTube. So, and just imagine this is an island and it's a beach area, guys. So just use your imagination there. So because that's what he was doing, and it's very easy to grow that type of subscriber base on your YouTube channel, which I don't recommend, and I'm going to explain to you why in a little bit. So make sure you keep watching. The problem with that is you're creating a group of people, you're becoming dependent on things such as super chat or cash apps. Like if you see these guys when they're, or women, when they're doing all of these different live videos for long, long, long hours at a time, they're playing out the algorithm as far as trying to stretch out their watch hours but most importantly, they're trying to bring in quick cash through cash apps or super chats, which is on the YouTube live platform. And some guys use dirty marketing because they don't realize they're marketers. They're using dirty marketing. So they're doing things such as lying, being broke, mismanaging money, and saying maybe they got robbed or something happened. And so this guy's excuse was someone hacked into his email, changed his flight to 2 days later or something. So he ran out of money. So people sent him like 400 US dollars. Then he blew through that or something. So like people were mad. And I'm gonna tell you this, like, please listen to me on this. Whenever people are personally giving you money through any type of platform, whether it's Cash App, PayPal, YouTube Super Chat, the TikTok things, there's a level of honesty that they're demanding on that. Like you have to be honest on that because people will get angry, especially if they've been given money. And it turned out people have been giving this guy money to fund like 2 or 3 trips, and his channel ended up getting banned from YouTube. All of this craziness, and so he's still in the DR. I don't know how he's gonna get back to the US, which I think you can get a US trip, a one-way ticket for maybe 60 to $100. Like it's not like the DR is that far from Miami. So which doesn't make any sense. Like it don't make sense why you don't have at least that amount of money to get back to your home country. But that's outside of the box. And so when I was watching this and just listening to it, I'm like, you're treating this as just something stupid, like a get rich quick scheme. Like, because he kept saying like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire. And I'm gonna tell you, like, if you're building influence, I'm gonna just tell you right now, you're not gonna make $1 million some dollars right off the bat. You're not going to probably make $1 million some dollars your first 3 to 5 years. Like, let's just be honest here. Like, those are advanced marketers. Those are people who have a team behind them. That is completely different than how I'm talking to people. Like, so like, if you're listening to this, you're most likely doing it yourself, and it's just you with your camera, like I am right now. So like, you don't have that team. You don't have that force behind you. Like, there's a difference when you have a whole team of people who can make sure that they're going to trainings to where they're updated on what's the best looking thumbnails, how to do it, what's the color scheme. Like, that's not simple stuff. Those are people who are running a detailed oriented business. Like, this is a business. Like, if you're becoming an influencer, you're becoming a business. So this is why you need to be aware of these 3 essential things. And the first thing you got to realize is you're your own publicist, your own manager, your own agent, and your own financial advisor. And the reason why I chose those because your public image is up to you. You cannot be someone who is just out here lying to people. You can't be someone that's dishonest now. Like we live in a world where people want honesty. Even if it's not the thing that, even if it's things that they don't agree with, they will respect you more for being an honest person with them than for lying to them. Like being a liar does not pay anymore. And by being your own manager, like you need to be on top of your schedule. No one's going to come and baby you. If you know you want to put out so much content or you have such big goals and dreams, then you have to go and earn it. Like no one's going to give you this for free. Like if you think putting out one video a month is going to be substantial enough to make it to million some dollars a year, you're crazy. That's 12 videos. I have 1.5 thousand videos on my channel. Just on YouTube, like, come on now. Like, you can't even compete with my algorithm because I have I have 10 times as more videos that could be put up on a daily basis than your 12 videos. Like, we have to start being more realistic and start seeing why is it some people are really succeeding in this and why is some people not. Just let me know in the comments here. If you have 1.5 thousand videos, you will expect a channel that's creating that much content to reach whatever level of success they desire. Yes or no? Just let me know in the comments. And then your own agent and stuff, like when it's time for you to start making deals and using brand ambassador and things like that, you have to go and make sure you're getting the right deals. That's your job to do. Like, don't expect anyone else to do it for you. Like, there's a lot of people who are getting paid to be social media managers, but they don't know what that really means. And so you need to be doing it yourself. And financial advisor, meaning like you got to understand your budget. Like I tell people all the time, like, use what you have right now. When you start making the money, more money start coming in, you'll start having the funds to get the more updated things. Utilize the resources you have right now. And I'm telling you, like, especially if you're doing one, if you're gonna be like a travel vlogger going to different countries, you need to learn how to manage your money very, very well. Like, I'm telling you this from experience. I haven't been able to live outside the U.S. for 8 years because I have infinite amounts of money. I know how to manage my money, and I'm getting better and better each year. And so, just be mindful of that. So, the first thing that you have to do to be able to build influence, you have to be genuine. You have to be genuine. Like, that is the easiest one to be, yet it's the hardest one for most people to actually execute. So many people feel like I gotta be this person. I need to be that person. You got so many guys out here trying to imitate Andrew Tate, and it's like, dude, you're not some kind of world class kickboxing champion. You're not some multi-billionaire. Like, just cut it out. It's not you. Oh, you have people out here imitating different women and all of this from Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop, and it's like people want to see genuine. I'm telling you, man, like you don't want to attract all of that hatred and all of that. Like you don't need that in your life. Your life is going to be stressful enough doing being a public figure. Like, don't add extra stress that's not needed. That's just something that I believe in. And then I wrote right here, like, people are going to invest in watching you grow, but people will never want to watch the rise of a liar. And it was funny because I wrote that because the guy was talking, he was just lying. He was just lying. And I was just like, just tell the truth, man. You messed over the money. You was going out. You was getting women. You're getting women at a caliber of beauty that you can't get in your normal hometown. Um, and it was just crazy. It was just like, why are you lying like this, man? Like, you're stealing people's money, and people work hard for their money, and people want to invest in you growing. Like, people will invest in you growing on a daily basis, but as soon as they start feeling like you're a liar, people are not going to be invested in you anymore. They're going to be looking for your downfall, and they're going to be wishing for it on a daily basis. So be genuine. That's just the first thing you need to do. Be genuine. And then the second thing you need to do is you actually have to learn to be on camera. So this was the thing that was crazy about this panel. And they did it for like 4 hours. I did not watch the whole thing because it was just ridiculous. Watching grown people argue and stuff. And it was just too much for me. But like, the thing I took away from it was no one had their camera on. Talking to a silhouette, like the age of radio is dead. Most people don't even listen to the radio in their car anymore because you don't want to just hear some voice. You don't know who they are. And like, we're in a visual world now because of our cell phones. Like, we visually want to see people speaking to us. If you're not being visual, people are not going to trust you. People are not going to like you, and they don't want to know you because they're going to think you're a scammer straight up. And so, like, you have to become comfortable getting on camera. Now, this is the hardest thing for a lot of people because they're making it so much about them. And I'm telling you right now, being on camera is not about you. It's about the people who are watching you. So you want to be on camera so you can let them see. Let them see when you're going through certain emotions. Let them see how passionate you are about things. People need to see this now. And also remember, like, we're coming off of the world lockdown. People want to be as sociable as possible. Even the biggest introvert right now, they're still watching videos of people on YouTube. They're still scrolling through videos of seeing people on TikTok. Like, people want to see people right now. So we have to understand that. And then the third thing that you need is you have to learn to speak marketable. Now, the things that I heard on this platform, on this little open discussion panel yesterday, they shouldn't be said on YouTube, especially not on someone's channel hosting this. Like, you have to understand this. YouTube is not this social media platform for you to just keep it real. Nobody cares about your opinions. Nobody cares about how you really feel, especially when it comes to YouTube, because they are a business. They're providing content to people. They're providing entertainment to people. They're providing business skills, education. They're literally just a full house production system. And what they're doing is they're giving you an opportunity to actually start earning money on there by helping them gather more traffic or data, keeping people on YouTube. So you have to learn how to speak marketable. So you may be like, okay, Jason, how do you speak marketable? First, you need to know these things right here. Who is your audience that you're talking to? Are you talking to men? Are you talking to women? Are you talking to children? Like you need to know who you're talking to because your channel settings need to be appropriate to who your audience is. So like because I know I curse sometimes, my content is set not for children. And it's not that I'm getting out here doing crazy stuff or anything like that. You see, I'm probably one of the squarest guys that's on YouTube when it comes to traveling and sharing my life. But like, I'm not speaking to children, like not for this platform. This Jason Chaney platform is not for children. It's talking to a very specific audience. And so my channel settings are set up for that to reach that audience. And then also you want to know what is the social class you're speaking to? Now this is very, very vital. This is the one where most people are messing up, and this is the one that's holding a lot of channels back from being as successful as they would like to be. You need to know what social class you're talking to. I know this is one of those things like kind of hush hush, let's not talk about, but we need to talk about these things. Who is the social class you're speaking to? If you're speaking, like most people be like, well, I'm speaking to everybody. You don't speak to everybody. I'm telling you that right now. You don't speak to everybody. I'm not speaking to multimillionaires and billionaires. I'm not speaking to them right now. And at the same time, I'm not speaking to people who are in big depths and real deep depths of poverty. I'm not speaking to them. I'm speaking to the person who has that middle class income because that's who I'm speaking to. That's the audience because that's where I came from, and I'm moving to the next steps to get into the multimillionaire and the billionaire brackets. So I'm speaking to that middle class structure, and it doesn't matter what country I'm in. I'm speaking to the same people because if you start understanding things at a social class level, it's easier to build, to expand your channel as far as going farther out. This is why, like most of the people who are watching from South Africa, Botswana, and other countries in Africa, they're actually in the middle class bracket or higher. Like we speak the same social class. They're attracted to the same things that I do. That's why the content that I put it out is attracted to them. So because I know my social class, you don't see me speaking all sorts of ways. You don't see me using all type of slangs or bad vernacular. Yeah, I don't have the perfect English, and I don't, I tell a person in a minute, English is not my first language. I just learned how to speak it. But like, you don't see me speaking a hood language. You don't see me speaking ghetto. You don't see me speaking or slurring my words certain kind of ways. Like this is how I speak each and every day. Even when I was living in South Oak Cliff, even when I was living in DeSoto, Redbird, this is how I speak. And that goes back to the first thing, which is being genuine. Like if you're being genuine, all of these things are going to start falling in line and just going to automatically get in place. And so it helps you a lot. And then like you need to also know, like, are you speaking to married people, single people? Like all of these things are marketable. Are they divorced? Or like what is their religion? Because you want to understand before you can get marketed, start learning to speak marketable, you have to learn the market that you're really speaking to. And this is where a lot of people are messing up. They just don't understand, and they're not, I don't want to say that they're not taking the time to learn the skills. I don't think they know where to go. And like what I mean by that is, so Cece and I, we everything we did when it came to learning business, we learned it the opposite way. Meaning we didn't learn the foundations first, the things that, okay, somebody's calling me. Okay, sorry about that. I had a call trying to come through. So because we didn't learn the things that people traditionally learn, we learned from the top going down. So we learned how to speak marketing, how to be on video, how to be genuine, why these are the things we learned first. And so that's why it took us a little bit longer to get business in place because we were learning we took such a big leap and we're learning such advanced principles. And then I noticed like most people are not learning these things, and they don't even know the people who are teaching these type of ways and who are explaining these type of things. So I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people are just unaware of. You have to learn to speak marketable, but you also have to know who your market is. That is very crucial information, because if you don't know your market, you never know who to sell to. And if you don't know who to sell to, you can never make a profit. And when I say the term sell to, I don't mean physically selling your product. Like I'm selling you right now by selling you the information. Like really think about it. You've been watching this video for 20 minutes now. That was selling. I got you, gave you information, and you gave me your time. And from your time, Google is actually mining data, and they're understanding better how to use the AI better, how to contact you better as far as what are the things that you're interested in, so they can make a better suited algorithm for you. So all of that is part of selling. Like it's the same thing. It's literally just providing service. Selling and service is literally the same thing. And so just wanted to share those with you because like don't destroy your reputation by building a brand or influence online and you making mistakes like you make. Do I think the guy's a bad person? No, I don't think he's a bad person. Are there other people out here on YouTube that are doing even similar type content and things? Do I think they're bad people? No. I think they're in desperation to just make quick cash. And we have to get away from this desperation state and we have to start becoming intentional. We have to understand the only way to get what we really want, we need to be intentional about it. These get rich quick things aren't going to work anymore. You know, these click for views, these, using, provocative content to get views and stuff like it's never going to make it. You will never build long-term worth doing that. And you sure as hell not going to build $1 million net worth off of that. Like I'm just telling you now, it's you're creating content that's not marketable. Like really think about it. You're creating content that's not marketable. No person, man, woman, parent, nobody want to see advertisement for pornographic material. Nobody wants to see that coming into their inbox. Nobody want to see it on their TV. You don't want to see it coming up on your YouTube. So creating that content is literally wasting your time. You could have been creating a better experience, showing people the beauty of the area, showing people how nice the people are, showing you learning the language, learning the culture, visiting people. Like you might as well just be a good, genuine person nowadays, and especially if you're going to be an influencer, because people do not want to see a liar anymore. And if you don't know how to market, and if you're not marketing to an audience that's marketable, you're just putting all this work in for nothing. Like you're literally putting it all in for nothing because they're just going to delete your channel one day and they don't owe you an excuse and an explanation. And just to let you know, sometimes when they delete or ban your channel, that means you can never create a new channel. Like you got to be cautious of that. You can really set yourself up for failure as we're moving into this new digital era. And so let me know if you like this type of video. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so you can see updated videos like this daily. And most importantly, just remember, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.